Alright, this is take number 2 on this video on how to get girls to qualify to you. My other one didn't have no sound, and thankfully one of my commenters quickly, immediately pointed that out to me. So in this video, we're gonna be just real quick. I'm not gonna like super elaborate because this is my take 2 on this one. How to get girls to open up to you, how to make her impress you, how to make her qualify herself to you, and how to make her chase you instead of you being the one that's chasing her around. All right, so typically what happens in the dating game is that guy is pursuing girl, guy is going forward to go get the girl, right? So what tends to happen here is that the guy is kind of like saying that she is more valuable than him, right? So that's kind of what's going on with that sort of thing when the guy is approaching the women. The women's women already have all the power, and it signifies that when the man is going to approach the women. If the man is approaching the women, it's because he is saying that she has a lot of value, she has a lot of worth, that she is something worth chasing, she is worth pursuing. So what you do as a guy to kind of like just like make it fair or to bring it right back down, make it just to equalize it or to put it, put it back in your favors, here's what you do. You start asking her questions that make her impress you instead. So ask her something like, what makes you special? What makes you different from any other girl? I've spoken to many girls in the past. Many girls are really, really just into about themselves, and I'm curious, how you're different from any other girl. So you propose to her a kind of challenging question that makes her reveal to you why she is different. What makes her different from any other girl that you have spoken to in the past? You could even say something like this. Hi, my name is Gerardo. I've been heartbroken in the past many times, and I'm just looking for someone to really cool to talk to. And now I'm curious, like, what makes you different from any other girl? What makes you different from any other girl I met? I'm not saying use the same lines. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like get the general idea, and then when you go and approach it, that you can use it. You can word it however way you want to word it. Because I'm not. To me, the I don't focus too much on specific wordings. I focus more on what creates what creates what effect. So that's kind of like what I focus more, not on the exact specific wording. You need every little word to the T. No, it's like, if you get the general gist of it, if you get the general feel of it, and it creates the same effect, good enough. Anyways, so ask her a question that makes her impress you. So, what do you do for work? You know, what was your grades in school? What was your highest level of education? What is the most impressive thing you have ever done in your life? What do you do for fun? What are your hobbies? You see where I'm going with this? Like, you start asking her these questions that make her reveal to you something about herself that will reflect on why she is interesting, or why she's impressive, or why you should even continue that conversation. So if she's this won't work necessarily if she's not really into you, okay? But I mean, it depends. There's too many kind of variables for me to kind of say if this, if they're that. But generally speaking, if a girl is interested in you and she's attracted to you, and you start asking these questions, she's gonna want to impress you. She's gonna want to give her best answers because she doesn't want to lose you, or she doesn't want to risk the fact that if she says something wrong, or she says something that you don't like, then she might just lose you. She might not get you. Okay, so this is kind of like how you flip the script. You get her to open up herself about why she is cool, why she is special, what makes her unique, what makes her different from any other girl. So I'm gonna give you the scenario. You are a guy. You are approaching this one cute girl. Okay, hey man, this girl's pretty cute. Let me go approach her. You say, you introduce yourself. I would avoid not, like, for example, you approach her and you say, so what makes you special? I would try not to do that, as that's a little too confrontational. That might be a little too overly direct. I'm not saying that can't work. These things have a lot of degrees of variables that it's really hard to say to give you an exact step-by-step formula on on this sort of thing, especially when it comes to something like dating, seduction. The variables on these things are massive and enormous. You really gotta learn like the general ideas and just kind of learn how to roll with the flow. Otherwise, these things get really, really complicated. If you want an exact step-by-step formula, oh boy, if you want the exact step-by-step formula, you will never, never, never approach a girl. I swear to God, if you want the exact specifics on how to approach a girl and how to get her to like you, you'll never leave your home. I promise you that. So, anyways, you are approaching this girl. You're not saying that you are super interested in her yet. This is in this context. Let's keep it in this context. You're not sure if you're interested in her, but she seems interesting. Hey, wow, man, she's kind of cute. I want to see what she's about. You approach her and then, you have small talk. Hey, what's up? What are you doing over here? This and that. And then you start talking. And then this is when you start bringing in the next steps. The first 2 to 5 minutes is really for just nice, friendly, easy small talk. Don't go heavy stuff right away. And again, sometimes that stuff can work, but listen, like I'm just giving you a general like idea here. 90% of the time you want to go in very soft, very gentle, very friendly. Hey, what's up? What brings you here? What are you shopping for? Oh, hey, that's a nice earring you got there. So you go really, really soft. This way they break their state and they want to get into the conversation with you. Because when people are, on autopilot, they are on in kind of like trance mode. They are in their head thinking about all these different ideas about what's going on in their world. They're in their own bubble. So when you go in there and you try to like start a conversation with them, you gotta interrupt that state. They call it break state. You gotta break their state, and then you gotta want them to get into a conversation with you. So then here, you approached her. You had small chit chat. You broke her state. 2 to 5 minutes of nice, easy chit chat. Then you say something like, "So tell me about yourself. What makes you special? What makes you different from any other girl? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? What are your..." Just ask her a question that makes her want to impress you in a non-confrontational way, not in this kind of way where you're interrogating her like, "What makes you special? What makes you special?" Not like that. It's like, "What makes you special? What makes you different from any other girl?" It's just a question. You're just trying to get the response of what she's saying. I don't got many examples right now, but basically you want to say something like this. What makes you different from any other girl? And then you can prompt that question in hundreds of different ways. What makes you unique? What makes you stand out? What makes you different from everybody else? So when you ask that question, she's going to answer it honestly, and if she's attracted to you, if she likes you, what she'll do is she's going to do her very best to answer this question. And you will see it. She's going to try really, really, really hard to impress you. And it's going to be like a little positive energy because she wants to impress you, because she wants to stay in the conversation, or she wants to continue the conversation. She wants to continue this relationship. She wants the relationship. This is the point where you broke in her state, you approached her, and you had small talk with her, and now you ask that question, and now she's trying to impress you. Now she's pretty much telling you that I like you and I want to continue moving forward with this. So you ask her a question: what makes you different? What makes you special? This way you flip the script of You're the guy and you're going over because the way it works is that most guys, when you approach as a guy, you're the one who is kind of going out of your way to impress her. So you're like, I'm the man. Look at me. I got a, hey, what's up, cutie? Look at my car. Look, I just got a brand new Lamborghini. Yo, mommy, check out my house over there. You see that house? See that big ass house? That's mine right there. So when you go in there like that, it tends to be a turn off to women because it creates the effect of you're trying to show off and you're trying to impress her, but it's not actually attractive. Versus like versus something like this, like if you wanted to impress her in a very like kind of easygoing way, was like, hey, you want to get some food? My car's over there, and I can drive you. And then she goes and sees your car. She's looking at your car. You didn't try to impress her, but she's like, "Oh, wow, nice car." So you see the difference here, whereas one is overly direct and the other one is like she got to pretty much get the idea on her own like, "Oh, wow, nice car." Or for example, like, "Hey, you want to come to my place and we can get some food? I'll cook you dinner." And then she goes to your house and she's like, "Wow, what a beautiful place." But you did not directly do it in a way that was overly showing off. And this creates the effect of you pretty much impressing her while trying to impress her. This is called indirect. This is when it's indirect. I don't want to get too much into indirect versus direct game or whatever, blah blah blah. That this shit gets very complicated, very advanced. I'm not gonna get into that right now. So back to the main subject here. You're the guy. You are approaching her, and you're asking these questions. You had your little chit chat with her. You make her feel safe, make herself comfortable, make yourself friendly, and then you you make her qualify herself by asking questions that will impress you. Now, like I gave a couple samples already, like what makes you special, or what's your I don't know. You could even say like what's your highest level of degree, or what's your job, or what do you do for fun, or whatever. You're just trying to make her impress you about the things that's cool about her. This way that one, she feels like she's chasing you, because when this happens, this feels like attraction. This feels like, like and love. It's like if I'm impressing you from her perspective, it's because I'm interested in you. I'm genuinely attracted to you. If I'm impressing you, if I'm putting more effort, it's because I care. So that's how they are. That's how they are. Because if they didn't care, they wouldn't. One, they wouldn't even bother engaging the conversation. Two, they wouldn't even really have a real conversation with you about it. So just the fact that they're actively talking to you about it and they're trying to impress you means that they care and they're somewhat interested to some degree. So and then that's the approach, that's the qualifying her, and then the closing is basically you getting her phone number. So you would say something like this: "Hey, it was great to meet you. Let me get your phone number real quick and we can hang out some more some other time." Or you can say, "Hey, it was great talking to you. I gotta go. Let me get your phone number real quick." Some variation of that. I don't focus too much on specifics, but just get the effect. Create the effect. Create the effect. So this works very well with a lot of kind of random kind of, I guess you can call it random pickup. I don't call myself a pickup artist. That's not really what I call myself, but that's what it's called. It's called pickup. To me, it's just social skills. It's all. I approach this from a different kind of level, but I don't really call it pickup. But anyways, I think I wanted to say what I wanted to say about this. There's one more piece though. Okay, there's criterias, right? So you want to have a criteria list for yourself that you like in a woman. So I'm gonna give you some samples. Like me, a woman that I get with, she has to be spiritual in some kind of way. If she's not spiritual, I'm not really into it. If she's into cigarettes, maybe I'll let it slide if she has other qualities, but I'm not into cigarettes. Cigarettes is probably like I'm very open-minded, but cigarettes is one of those things where it's like, not cigarettes, man. Like do something else. I rather you tell me you do marijuana than cigarettes. You see, you see that's what I'm saying. So you have to kind of like, all right, well, criteria is that you're choosing what do you want from a girl and what she cannot have. Now, I'm going to add a little disclaimer here because you got to be very careful with criteria list because you might have a criteria list. Hey, man, this is what I'm looking for in a girl. Then you go approach her. She doesn't have nothing on that list, but you feel attracted to her. So what's going on there? When in doubt, you have to trust your natural attraction as opposed to what you have on your list because your natural attraction is a lot more revealing than what you kind of say you want. Because the natural attraction means that there is a real connection there. There is either a spirit connection or there is a animalistic connection where it's like I want to procreate with this person because of whatever reason. So when in doubt, you trust your raw attraction, but the criteria list helps you to kind of say, well, all right, well, this girl is not spiritual, so she was fun, but I gotta go because she's not spiritual, so there's not gonna be no connection there. I'm just using this as a really quick example. It's just really brief. It's not meant to be taken literal. Okay, so I'm gonna give a really quick summary of this. You approach a girl, small talk, small talk. Hey, what makes you different from any other girl, or what makes you stand out from any other girl? What do you do for fun? What was the last thing that you did that was impressive? What was your last greatest accomplishment? You make her impress you, and then you just keep asking questions, questions, questions. And on the receiving end of this, it feels like she is chasing you around as opposed to you going up there and saying, "Hey, I got $1 million in my bank account. You should be my girlfriend." You see what I'm saying? Like, do you notice the difference? Versus I'm going up there and saying, I got $1 million in my bank account. Versus me going up there and asking her questions like, so what do you do for work? What makes you different? It creates a different kind of effect. And then the criteria list is just that you knowing what you want. So when you're not wasting time. So you say, okay, I like a girl who's spiritual. If she's not spiritual, hey, it was nice to meet you. I gotta go. I don't get the phone number. I'm not getting her phone number unless like I'm going to be, making a sale or trying to make a sale or telling her come to my website or something. I don't know. That was a little bit more complicated I needed to go to. But that was the gist of it. This is how you get girls to qualify you. This is how you get girls to impress you. This is how you get girls to desire you by making her qualify to you, making her show off to you, making her impress you because on the receiving end, she feels like she is impressing you, which means she is chasing you, which is increasing her attraction for you. Because the way it works by default is that most guys see girl and they're like, how do I impress this girl so I can get with this girl? And already they are coming from the losing lower value position where it's like, this is the guy and this is her. Versus when you start asking these qualifying questions, now you're kind of like on that 60-40, 50-50, 40-60 kind of range, where now it's on more of an even playing field. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to jot them down below. Also, I got plenty of resources for you down below that will help you with, picking up women, tightening up your game, improving your social skills, improving your social confidence, helping you to attract women easier, basically building you as a man. There's plenty of resources down below that will help you to attract women, helping you to be more masculine, helping you to just be a better a better you. So I would strongly check out those resources down below as they will greatly benefit you. Also, check out my website, prosperityLifeAds.com. ProsperityLifeAds.com is the #1 website for spirituality, for personal growth. I am a spiritual teacher. I've been teaching spirituality for over 5 years, and I'm a very high level spiritual teacher. I'm a psychic, I'm an occultist, I'm a healer. I do a lot of different things. I would strongly recommend you check out the website, and you will greatly update your mindset and level up in your life, which will help you to attract and create the life that you want. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, friends.